So it's like this. Right? And I'll do it again. So that's it right there. Hey, welcome to another episode of Chord Crush Thursdays, where every week we've been doing this so far for the last 5 months, releasing a video teaching you new things to add to your arsenal every week. Now, I regret to inform you that this is the last episode of this season, season 1, but don't worry, we'll be back with season 2, and it will be so much better. So stay locked in to this channel because we will be informing you of new things that we got coming your way. And trust me, you don't want to miss out on this. Now, before we actually get started, I want to say congratulations to last week's winner from the comment section who won 93 days in the Gospel Music Training Center, the world-class training center to learn how to play gospel music by ear. And we'll also be picking another winner on another video next week, even though this season is coming to an end. So make sure you get in these comments below if you want a chance to win. And also, if you would like the free chord guide from this episode, as well as all the past episodes of Chord Crush Thursdays, then text Crush to the number you see right here on the screen. All right, so that's it. That's enough talking. Let's get down to business. Here we go. We're going to be in the key E flat major. Let's check out the number system and scale. So E flat is our 1, F is the 2, G is the 3, A flat is the 4, B flat is the 5, C is the 6, D is the 7, and then we're back at the 1, E flat. All right, so that's the number system and scale for E flat major. So for the past few weeks, I've been showing you this movement, and it's been consistent. It's just been happening over different tones. On the first video of this series, I showed you the same movement on the 1 in the key E flat major, and it sounded like this. That was on the 1. On last week's video, episode 22, I showed you the same movement over the 4, which is the A flat. And I showed you a different song. So now I'm gonna show you the same movement, but the idea is to take the primary chords in any key. In this case, I just told you, I showed you it on the 1. And then I also showed it to you on the 4. And then now I'm gonna show it to you on the 5. But what you gotta understand is that the main idea of this movement is that it works with what we call the primary chords in any key. And the primary chords are gonna be the major chords that happen in a key naturally. When you do the basic scale and you start with the first chord, E flat major, like if you look at the major scale and you do every other note of the scale, right? This is called the diatonic scale, or diatonic chords that happen in the scale, pretty much scooting every chord over. And when you do that, when you scoot the first chord over, which is an E flat major chord, just using every other note of the E flat major scale, when you scoot that over, this is the 1 chord, which is an E flat major. This is the 2 chord, and this is just the basic chords that happen naturally within the scale. This is the 3rd chord, which is G minor. This is the 4 chord, which is A flat major. Pay attention now, that's a major chord. Then this is the 5 chord, and this is a B flat major chord. And then this is the C minor on the 6. So we got the 1, I'm gonna keep going though, after we finish the 6. We got the 1, that's major, the 2, that's minor, the 3, that's minor, the 4, that's major, the 5, that's major, the 6, that's minor, and then this is the 7, where this is diminished. So what I want you to understand is that I showed you this intentionally on the past video where we stayed in the same key, and I showed you the movement on the 1. And then I also showed it to you on the 4. Now I'm gonna show it to you on the 5, because whenever you go to the 1, the 4, and the 5, and this really works more so in worship music, because the ingredients when it comes down to worship music is that, you know, you're gonna chord and you play like a dominant 7 chord, it's no longer the sound of worship. It's the sound has changed. So when you have certain styles of gospel music, you're going to find that there are certain ingredients that happen. Therefore, when you understand the ingredients that happens by knowing, okay, when I'm on the 1, this is this type of chord, or just the number system and the types of chords that you could use, right? Then you can actually apply different concepts to the same types of chords that happen in the key. And that's all I'm trying to show you. Even though I'm showing you the same movement, I'm just showing it to you over a different bass note because some people don't understand. This works because this is another, This is another major chord that happens within this key. So when we go to the 5 in the key of E flat major, which is the B flat, that's the 5th tone of the E flat major scale, you know, when you're playing a worship song, then you're gonna probably play a major chord. So let me show you an example of how you can end up on the 5 major using this song. Hallelujah. I'm pretty sure y'all heard this. I'm gonna take singing lessons by the next season. But notice that I went, you have won a victory. Where am I at? I'm on the 5. So the same movement that I showed you in episode 21, it was just on the 1. And then episode 22, I showed you the same movement, but on the 4. You could use the same concept and do it on the 5. So this is how it sounds. So I did the same movement, which was the or, but the idea was this, remember this. And this is the last I'm gonna show you because I showed you the same movement. So you should already know the concept. So you know that we're gonna go to the 5. So these are shortcuts now. I am aware that theoretically there's different ways to look at this. And you can choose to look real hard at the number system and say, this is the 1, or this is this is that. But here at the Gospel Music Training Center and Hear and Play Music, we teach shortcuts, we make it easy, but we also do teach theory. So if you want to get a full scholar or college degree type of theory lessons taught to you, visit the Gospel Music Training Center because we make theory so easy for you to understand and comprehend. We have a full course on harmony, scales, chords, progressions, all that. But check that out. But this concept, we're gonna make this easy. So we're gonna play a B flat major chord, right? So that's where we're gonna end up on because we know we're gonna end up on a 5 and we're gonna end up on a major chord. So what's the 5? It's B flat. What type of chord quality are we gonna play? A major quality. So this movement is centered around a B flat major type of chord movement. So what I do, the first thing I do is start with the B flat major root chord. Then I say, okay, let's play a drop 2 voicing of this chord. So a drop 2 voicing simply means you're gonna take the second to highest note of the chord. In this case, the second to highest note of the chord is it's the middle note. So take that, drop it to the left hand. So now this is still a B flat major chord, but in drop 2. All we did was drop the D down here. So now this is where the movement happens. The movement happens in the left hand with the D, and it also happens with the B flat. It happens around it. But you can think about these tones as the tones that are in the middle of 2 other notes, okay? So the top note, that's just gonna be held. That's a part of the B flat major scale. I mean, not the B flat major scale, the B flat major chord. So when you move this movement, you're gonna see that you're just gonna be holding the F up top, okay? So once again, that's the movement. So how do we find the other notes that surround this D in the left hand, as well as this B flat in the right? Well, all you gotta remember are distances, which are whole steps and half steps, okay? Because in the left hand, you gotta remember whole step, half step. You're gonna go down a whole step from the D. And then you're gonna go up a half step from the D. Okay, so these are the notes that you will play. And to be honest with you, if you look at the B flat or the E flat major scale, it's the very next note down the E flat major scale, and then the very next note up the E flat major scale from the center point. But it doesn't always work out that way, especially when you're on the 4. It gets a little weird because some of the notes don't work out. And then even the right hand, you're going to find that it's not going to work out that way. So a quick way to actually make this work in any key, on any tone, when you end up on a major chord, is look at the middle, look at the first note as the middle note, think whole step, half step in the left hand. So go down a whole step, up a half step, and these are the notes that you're gonna play or move around with. And then for the right hand, it's the opposite. So in the left hand, we said whole step, half step. The right hand is the reverse. It's half step, whole step. So from this B flat, we're gonna go down a what? A half step. And then we're gonna go up a what? A whole step. So now, these are the 3 notes that we're gonna play with in combination of holding the top note, which we already established. So this is what we have. We have these cluster of notes. So now you think about these in order as, okay, this is the first note, 1. This is the second note, 2. This is the third note. Not in relationship to the scale or anything, just the order, 1, 2, 3. Now, as far as the right hand goes, this is the first note, this is the second note, this is the third note, okay? So now when you establish these as 1, 2, 3 in order, so now you can think numbers, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, okay? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, in order to create movement. You can go 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So that's all I'm doing. I'm like, I have these notes and I know how to play around with them. So right there, that movement right there was 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. But I'm just thinking about the order of the notes, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, right? So, but notice when we end up on the second note of those order of notes, we're ending up, either way it goes, we're still going to end up and land on this D in the left hand and then this B flat in the right. Okay, so when we do the movement, you can go, but notice that the pinky, the F starts with the first note no matter what. So if you start with 3, 2, 1, and I'm not talking about the scale number system, I'm talking about the order of notes. Remember, this is 1, this is the first note, this is the second note, this is the third note. So if I say 3, I'm saying start with the third note of these notes. 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So if you, no matter what note you start with, the top note is going to start with it. So that's 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So let's see how that sounds. Here it is. Now sometimes, because I already played the melody, I just held it. I didn't go, and then didn't do it again. Because I already played the melody, I just brought the movement in with it. So it was like this. Here it is. Right? And I'll do it again. So that's it right there, man. And then the same movement, all it's doing is happening over a different bass note. So that's it for this lesson. I wanted to show you how this works. If you saw episode 22, this is gonna make all the sense in the world because I already showed you this already on episode 22. Just on the A flat, and then that was episode 22, and then episode 21, I showed you it off of E flat, but this is a very popular movement. A lot of times you see this with people who don't play with a bass player, so keep that in mind, but you can also do this anytime you go to the 1, the 4, and the 5. And now here's another trick. Every major chord has what? A relative minor. So you can do the same movement over whatever major chord's relative minor. So that's another trick to add to your bag. So if you can do this over B flat, you can also do this over G. because G is the relative minor of B flat. And then you can also do it over whatever the bass note is, it's a major third. Because a lot of times you can play a B flat major chord not only over B flat, but also over what? D too as well. So it's just a matter of understanding the movement, but it's also a matter of understanding how much time you got to really get that movement in with what you're playing. All right, so that's it for this lesson. God bless y'all. Thanks for all the love and support on these Chord Crush Thursdays episodes. I've been having a lot of fun making these. We're going to pick it up with another season 2. I'm going to be announcing it real soon. We're going to revamp, regroup, and see how we can make this thing even better, create a better learning experience for you. Also, if you haven't checked out the Gospel Music Training Center, check out gospelmusictraining.com. We have thousands and thousands of lessons in there that will help you to expand your chord vocabulary. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner, it doesn't matter if you're intermediate or advanced. We got something for everybody, whether you play the organ or the piano, everything. So check that out. And now we're gonna get to the winner, but thank y'all for tuning in, and then we're gonna keep having content coming every week. So don't leave us. We're gonna be back with season 2, but we're gonna be doing some different things on the weeks to come. All right, so God bless. Let's see who won this week. See y'all on the next video. All right, so now we're gonna pick a winner for this week's 93 Days in the Gospel Training Center. So we got our random comment picker right here. We're gonna go grab the YouTube link from the last video, episode 22. Let's grab that. Go back here. Paste it. Boom. Filter out the duplicate users. Get YouTube comments. We got 31 comments. Then we're gonna scroll up a little bit and pick a winner. Here we go. All right, congratulations, Eben. You said very useful stuff there, JP. Thanks. No problem, Eben, no problem. And congratulations. Make sure you email us at help@hearandplay.com. That way you get your free membership, 90 free days. Thank y'all for tuning in. Once again, we'll be back with season 2 soon. God bless. And remember, if you can hear it, you can play it. Peace.